What's up everyone and welcome to today's video where I want to guide you through the ideal Black Friday, Cyber Monday setup for Google Ads for your e-commerce brand so that you can make sure that you squeeze the most revenue out of Black Friday this year. It's the 31st of October at the moment of recording, so of course you need to hurry if you want to implement everything properly. We are now getting started with our clients on Google to scale them up on Black Friday, and without any further ado, let's get started into the different steps and into the different things to keep in mind to maximize your volume. We have spent tens of millions of dollars over the past couple of years on Google for e-commerce, so these are some of the important things to cover. The first that you need to know about during Black Friday is, of course, budgets and pacing. And one very underutilized feature in that regard are adjustments, seasonality adjustments, okay? I want to show you real quick right there. So when you go into your Google Ads account, into tools and then budgets and bidding adjustments, right? You can use these so-called seasonality adjustments by indicating to Google that you expect more demand, higher conversion rates, etc. in a specific time frame. So what you can do is you can select either budget or conversion rate, okay? So let's say you want to spend more during a certain time frame without actively going in and adjusting all the budgets of your campaigns, because let's assume you want to adjust budgets for everything, right? You can say, okay, budget, Black Friday, you can select campaigns, and you can say that the additional average daily budget should be $500, okay? Or 100 or 1,000, whatever you want to do. I prefer though, like this is one thing that you can do and this can really be helpful in having it managed all in one place, but I prefer the conversion rate thing. So during Black Friday, typically you see higher conversion rates because you have crazy deals going on, more people are buying, people are in buying mode in general already. And you can say, okay, during that time frame, whatever it might be for you, the 1st to the 31st, starting from the 22nd to early December, it all depends, of course, on what you are doing specifically. But you can select the time frame, right, and when it ends. And during that time frame, you can tell Google you're expecting a 25% conversion rate increase. And it will treat all your campaigns as if this is going on. And therefore, you can grab more volume, right? Because now Google is like, okay, we should bid a bit more aggressively because we expect a higher conversion rate. Typically, Google would learn that, of course, as you go already. But if it's just like a 1-week time frame or a 3-day time frame in which you expect significantly more volume, Google won't learn this as fast as you go. So you can tell Google up front, hey, I'm expecting more, please adjust accordingly, and then you can move forward. Very powerful thing. Most brands never used it. We use it with, I would say, 2/3 or half of all of our e-commerce clients during Black Friday, and in other cases where we have like fewer campaigns, we typically manage them manually and make the adjustments on the campaign level. But I really like about this thing here that it's like super modular, that you have it on top of everything. You can just do it for a couple of days, then you're all back to normal. Super cool tool. Okay, with that said, the next thing is, of course, that you want to adapt all the ad copy, ideally while testing new variations, so separate ads. Here's an example of one of our newest jewelry clients, and I made a little copy. We're not actively using it yet. Shop our Black Friday sale, real diamonds, Black Friday is here, finest jewelry for him at up to 65% off, rings, chains and more, paying for installments, 40-day returns. Ignore the fact that this is in capital letters and the rest isn't, because again, I wrote it just for the sake of this video right here, okay? So the point is, many brands, what they do is they go into their ad copy, maybe they adjust something, sometimes they don't, they just use the promotion extension, which is also very important. What we're doing is, let's say we have one campaign like here for this jewelry brand. We have 6 ad groups, 1 ad per ad group, okay? During Black Friday, because it's such a powerful promotion, we pause the existing ad, we write a new one that is super Black Friday focused. Most of the time we also use pins here, which normally we don't. So we tell Google, hey, we always want to use this shop our Black Friday sale, or we always want to have something Black Friday related in our headlines and descriptions, because this is like such a strong and important argument, right? Normally, not a big fan of pins anymore. We occasionally still use them evergreen as well, but during Black Friday, it's very important to highlight that. And the good thing, if you make this a separate ad, is that the moment Black Friday is over, you can like pause the entire ad again, okay? And you still have all the fresh data. You turn back the original, you pause the Black Friday ad, and now you can exactly tell, how well it performed, what was the click-through rate, etc., etc. Instead of changing all the headlines of an existing ad, then changing them back again, it can be quite messy that way, right? Plus you're interfering with the active optimization of the ad itself. So that's super important. And as I said, on top of that, you need the promotion extension for Black Friday, of course, or promotion asset, and apply this to every single search campaign, as well as PMAX as well. Then we have shopping. And for shopping, there are a few pretty interesting and important things, right? The first point, and then we'll look into Merchant Center. The first thing that you need to know about is that during Black Friday, I don't recommend to completely change your shopping structure, right? Shopping is more of an evergreen campaign type, unlike search where you can change and adjust, copy and everything all the time. Same goes with PMAX, you can do new things all the time. Shopping is more about, negative keywords, feed optimization, sometimes restructuring based on performance and other factors and seasonality, but you typically won't need a Black Friday campaign, with the exception of, as I mentioned right here, unless you have an actually unique bundle. If you have a product that is just going live for Black Friday, sure, you can make a campaign just for that, basically throw all the budget towards this product, but normally many brands don't have that. So just go with your normal campaigns, maybe with the adjustments that I mentioned, higher budgets, seasonality adjustments, etc., but keeping them intact as they are. What you can do though, on top of everything, is here in Merchant Center, right? You have a bunch of Merchant Center programs and add-ons, one of which is this promotion add-on, where you can say, okay, on my shopping network, I want to show a nice little badge like 20% off, 30% off, buy one, get one free, etc., showing above all your products that are eligible for the specific promotion. This, of course, boosts click-through rate, can boost conversion rates, etc. It's a very powerful thing. Not many brands are using that either. I mean, you're probably familiar with like the sale price and the normal price on shopping, but this is something that not many brands are using. So you can go ahead here, select your country, language, etc., select the start and end date, just an example right here, of course. And then you can say, okay, what are you actually doing? Are you giving them a percentage off, an amount off, cashback, which you probably don't, free shipping, free gift, you name it, right? Typically it's one of the two, but often also like a gift or something, where you can say, okay, what's the type of gift? Well, it's another product which you can then choose, or it's a gift cards or something else. Let's say you give, 30% off, right? With a limit if you want to. Many brands don't do that, but anyway. And you say, okay, there is a purchase minimum amount. You need to spend $50, okay? And you can add more eligibility requirements. So it's a super powerful tool that lets you select in a very granular way what you're actually doing. And it shows that way on shopping, right? It shows people buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free, and so on and so forth, which absolutely boosts click-through rate. Now you can do this one by one or with a feed, a promotion source where you can give rules. It can get quite complex depending on your inventory and what you want to do and whether you want to treat everything the same. Of course, we do this for the brands that we work with and say, okay, what makes the most sense, right? Should we do this? Should we do percent? Should we do off if we can afford? Should we do 2 for 1? This all depends on what you do. But I just want to make clear that this is a very powerful thing to use, and that this is absolutely something that you should try out this Black Friday. I want to emphasize that this triggers a review. So don't do this like 1 day in advance or 2 hours in advance or during Black Friday. You should prepare this up front. Ideally, you do this now if you know that you have a promotion going on for this exact time frame. Will definitely improve performance, okay? Cool. With that being said, now let's look into Performance Max, which of course all of you are waiting for and all of you are using. So with PMax during Black Friday, consider new Black Friday asset groups, okay? That is very important. Alternatively, I mentioned this here at the bottom, you can also use standalone Black Friday PMax campaigns, not just asset groups. Anyway, this is an example of one of our clients, been with us for a bunch of years now as well, T-Brand, super successful. And this is a screenshot from last year where we built a Black Friday 30% off site-wide asset group, right? Actually, we had multiple for different promos, but this was our main asset group. Performed super well, spent multiple tens of thousands in just this one asset group. And as you can see here, we did the normal stuff, edit images, headlines, logos, blah, 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 had the audience signal of our own data that goes back to like the customer list and everything that I mentioned before. And we were running this on a very short time frame only, 25th of November until the 3rd of December. And during that relatively short time frame, as I said, it spent a very significant amount. And that's exactly what you can do here as well. Instead of just reusing your, the asset groups that you have and increase the budgets, you should make something absolutely Black Friday centered. So ideally use Black Friday text overlays on your image ads, right? So what we typically do during this time frame is in this asset group, we don't have a single ad that doesn't have any link to Black Friday. It doesn't have to be the exact same stuff all the time, but you get the idea. Also, of course, that's a no-brainer. Use Black Friday related ad copy in several headlines, descriptions, you name it. So you get it already. Same as with the search ad before, we want to make an asset group that is completely focused on that we can turn on and then later on turn off again without interrupting our evergreen campaign setup with PMax. And that's the best and most elegant and most isolated way to do it for the best results possible, of course. Okay, so we did this in numerous accounts of all shapes and sizes, sometimes spending thousands and thousands per day during this short time frame, sometimes spending way less, but it makes sense in almost any case. Now, as I said here, you may also want to consider using a standalone campaign if you want to budget pay specifically. If you say, we still want to keep our evergreen, but we want to specifically spend $10,000 over the next few days on this Black Friday stuff alone, or maybe you only have a certain amount of products on sale or whatever it might be, okay? Most of the time we do it though within asset groups to still benefit from all the optimization of the campaign itself and so on and so forth. That's the way to do it. Not the only way to do it, but we found that this is the absolute best performer, and we literally tried everything when it comes to these, short-term promotions. Then we have YouTube, which is probably a bit less common again. I've seen numerous brands try it. I've seen few brands succeed with it. This is a screenshot from a brand that we work with, millions of impressions, in total millions of views, but it doesn't work in every single case. I want to be very transparent here. We have cosmetics clients, fashion clients, sports clients, supplement clients where it works very well. We have launched dozens, if not over the past, 7 years or so, hundreds of YouTube campaigns that were just small tests that didn't work, whatever. The most important thing for YouTube in general, but especially on Black Friday, is that you need to build irresistible offers first, okay? So YouTube is one of these things where you shouldn't worry too much about just the ads part. You need to make sure that your product page, again, irresistible offer, which means a super powerful bundle deal, a huge discount, extras and bonuses, whatever you can do, because people are leaving from watching like a 30-minute documentary or something, and they're going to your site like, okay, I need to get this deal, but of course it needs to be a great deal. It needs to be believable. It cannot just use stupid fake urgency, right? It all has to come together. And then it also needs a decent average order value, like a decent, $80, $100, $150, whatever you can make it. It doesn't have to be that high, but it helps. And this is how YouTube can be a super scalable campaign in such a scenario, right? Like we had YouTube campaigns where over a short lifespan, we spent many thousands of dollars a day. We have other YouTube campaigns that are spending consistently for like 2-3 years, and they're more like evergreen, warming up people, doing some sales here and there. But especially for Black Friday, you can prepare something, use a few variations, and really hammer out the budget, because the good thing about YouTube is if it works, it's like super scalable, right? Way more than search and shopping by default. Of course, there are exceptions to that as always. Like our biggest client ever, we never really used YouTube with because it just didn't work. It wasn't a good fit for the product. Cool. So that's the YouTube part, just on a top level, surface level. Then we have demand gen as well. Now, demand gen or display, right? It's a very interesting campaign type too, because unlike YouTube, making YouTube video ads is typically even more higher or more of a workload compared to even Facebook video ads, because it's typically a bit longer. They are typically a bit more, they require slightly better production quality on average, I would say. And the good thing about demand gen, which is technically also can be YouTube as well, is that images are of course way easier to get done. So what I recommend with demand gen is same as with PMax. Mention the coupon in the text and the image. Super important, right? Use proven audiences if you have them. If none, start with like similar audiences, or upload in your customer list, or use in-market audiences. As with YouTube, you should start early, sometimes like 1 to 3 days before you actually want to run the ads, because there are approval times, and if you're very unlucky, it may take a couple of days just to get approved, which is very annoying. The approval time is typically longer on video, but it's just the way it is, right? So make sure, especially if you don't have a seasoned account, that you are actually doing this in advance. You can launch it, then pause it, and then reactivate it again if you need it. What you see here is just a random demand gen screenshot from another jewelry client, not the one that I mentioned before. 51,000 in this one demand gen campaign only, cold. This is not retargeting, even though the CTR is insane, but the ROAS 2.92, very happy with that. We need like 1.7 to break even. It's high margin jewelry, and this campaign served us pretty well. It's not gigantic, 150,000 in revenue in total, but it's a nice sort of thing on the side, of course, because we focus mostly on shopping, PMax, and search. So this is something that's very powerful too. If you mention everything, be super focused on Black Friday, on what you offer, talk about your best deals, and and so on and so forth. And now, last but not least, I have the Black Friday Google Ads preparation list. Some of the things we kind of talked about already, but the first thing that you need to make sure of is that you work on your average order value. There is no way around that, or at least you shouldn't do it without trying to do this, because you will leave money on the table. So think about bundles, think about upselling, think about whatever you can to get that AOV from 50 to 100, from 70 to 100, from 100 to 140, because everyone will try to purchase customers during that time, and things will get expensive, and you don't want to lose profitability. There are too many brands that try to, scale like crazy on Black Friday, but they lose money every single day. When we prepare and strategize this with our clients, we always focus on, hey, yes, we want to scale, but we also want to stay profitable during Black Friday. Very important. Then prepare customer lists. If you have existing customers, which I assume you do when you watch this video, upload them to YouTube, whether directly or with a Shopify connection, whatever, so that you can build similar audiences from that. This will give you a head start for everything, YouTube and display, demand gen related, display technically as well, PMax, anything that's not shopping and search, this will help you with. Then, of course, I mentioned this several times now, create Black Friday specific banner ads. Use text overlays, make it clearly about Black Friday, play with the colors, make it stand out in that way, but don't use like the evergreen ones that you're using all the time anyway. Then use Black Friday specific merchant center discounts, as we talked about as well. And at the very end, use, of course, the promotion extensions for your search ads and your PMax campaigns, okay? So don't just make it, let's say, like promotion, but actually talk about it's a Black Friday promotion, right? Make sure that Black Friday is printed in bold because you select it. Make sure that you select the coupon that is, what you're actually offering, 20% off, 30, 50, whatever it might be. And of course, I didn't put this on here, but if you want to make everything about Black Friday, then you need to give them really a good deal, which goes back to the irresistible offer, right? If you talk about this all the time everywhere and it's like 3% off, yeah, okay, then it might not be the best thing in the world to do so. But if it's like 30%, 40, 50, 60, buy one, get one free, buy two, get two, whatever it might be, but make sure that it's a good deal, because if it is, then you can really focus all your messaging on it during that 1 week, 2 week, 3 week time frame, however long you want to make it. And if you now say, well, that's a lot of stuff, and of course that's the surface, but it was already, or these are some of the most important points, but you say, hey, I don't want to take care of all of that more, then of course feel free to check our site right here with our Ignite framework that we can install into your brand as well, where we remove that Google ceiling, focus on cold traffic, and scale your brand from there, maybe even depending on when you want to do it this Black Friday still. However, with that said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, please subscribe if you did, and if you want to see more Google Ads content for e-commerce. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video again. Bye-bye.